afternoon, and welcome to another Twitch live stream. I do know that probably most people are watching the Super Bowl, and if you are, have tons of fun, enjoy it. I have pages that I need to finish, so I am at the drawing board today. I'm working on this page, and this is the Aphrodite piece that I started a couple weeks ago and didn't finish on the live stream. River Dragon, hello! Welcome to the stream today. Honestly, I didn't expect that you would make it today. And if you're toggling between me and the Super Bowl, that's awesome. You can keep me updated on any fun ads. That's what I watch the Super Bowl for usually, anyway. So I'm going to be working on this, and then when this needs to dry, I'm going to move on to this one and toggle between the two, because I was supposed to finish this page today. However, I'm not done because the previous page I went overtime on. It was a little bit complicated. So the one with the that I used as my Instagram post to announce that I was going live today. So it was the panel with the building at the top, and then the flare lit one and the candle lit one. So those lighting situations were considerably more challenging than I was thinking, and I just wanted to get him right. The ads are good, that's right. Hello, Snow, enjoy the game, have a good one, and thank you for stopping by. And then I also have one more thing that I would like to do, if I have time for it, and that is to test out a Copic ink pour. So I'm being ambitious. I have 3 things I'm trying to work on. We'll see what I get done. As you can see, I keep toggling between the boards because I can't decide which one to start with. But I'm gonna, go ahead and just add in some of the darker tones on this one, and then it needs to dry. So then I can swap. Steve, good evening. I can imagine you're also watching the Super Bowl, yeah? Okay, so let's get this going. I need to find, not really, it's just in the background. Aw, well, thank you for being here. So I'm just gonna get some of the pages I've already painted. Now I scanned them, so I'm just gonna look at them on my computer so I can remember exactly I know what colors I used, but how much I put on is what I'm trying to remind myself of, so that hopefully when you flip through the book, the walls colors don't like shift all over the map. That would really suck. Aw, Steve, hugs and love to you. Thank you. I almost didn't go live today because I'm just like, yeah, nobody's gonna make it, so thank you. Okay. Oh, you know, the page that I just posted, I'll get it so you guys can see. It's right over here. So this was the page I just posted. This one, my scanner hates it. For most of the other pages, it's actually gone pretty well as far as the lighting and, you know, how it picks up the color and everything like that. So you can see the candle down at the bottom. It's usually fine, but there's something about the reds on this page, and I should have remembered this because my scanner can't detect the difference between yellowish orange and yellowish red. It just turns it all this murky ass looking blah red. And as you guys know, I really get into my reds, and all of this has lost everything on the scan. And that is a huge bummer for me because lighting is everything on this panel. So I'm gonna have to probably take a photo of this page because the scan is atrocious. Kara, hello, welcome to the stream today, love. So what I'm gonna do is I actually have this page where the walls are done. So I'm gonna actually refer to this page, which I don't think you guys have seen the final of. I'm gonna refer to this page, so I'm gonna keep it here so I can actually see what it is I want for the walls. So that's gonna go right there. And this is gonna go over to the side. I have to be careful. Sherlock is on the loose, and he's napping right now. But if he ever decides he wants to go walking around, the first thing he's gonna do is go start chewing on my art. So I'm just gonna keep a close eye on him and the art. Okay, so I don't need these right now. I was using them for when I was working on the other page. All right, so I've been using this bigger brush for this particular page because it really fills up with water and I can cover a large area quickly. My X-Acto blade, which is just some random X-Acto blade that I've had for years and never used, is getting dull. So I put down the mask on her body. So this is all covered with a plastic sleeve, essentially, to protect her and so that I can have free range of motion to do the wall. It's horrible, the X-Acto blade. It just kind of digs a groove into the paper and doesn't cut it no longer cuts. So I had to be pulling it up and cutting it at an angle while I'm pulling it up with the X-Acto blade. So I need to buy a new one. I knew I needed to buy a new one anyway. It's actually sitting in my Amazon wish list. Which is just where I store what I'm planning to get. Yeah, I really need to get that done because I'm a little screwed until I have that with me. Now, granted, I don't think I'm gonna need any more until I move on to the next book. I don't need to do any more masking as far as I'm aware, but still, it kind of blows that I can't mask anything until I get a new X-Acto blade. Yeah, uncutting blades is the worst. All it does is just smush down the paper and create all these funky grooves in it without actually cutting anything. And then you have to push really hard, and I'm scared that I'm gonna cut through the paper and then the whole thing is ruined. Hello, Chicago. Are you watching the Super Bowl? By the way, Chicago, thank you again for the Little Mermaid statue. I love her so much. She's right on my bedside table, so I get to look at her always, and I'm so happy. I work in bed a lot. But I love her so much. You're multitasking. I figured. So this side of the wall, this is the corner of the wall right there. Is she whole again? Not yet. I haven't gotten a chance to go out and buy the glue, but I'm pretty sure I know which glue to buy. It's just I'm useless right now until I get Divinica done. And once Divinica's done, then I have a couple days to work on a bunch of stuff before I go to Vancouver for the Fan Expo Vancouver. So there's a con happening soon, so I'm kind of trying to get Divinica interiors finished before I go. I found out from JP Roth that what I thought was the deadline, I thought the deadline was February 15th. And then Joe told me that February 15th was the early deadline that she gave me, not the latest deadline. So I'm going to be about a month early with my interior pages if I finish them by next weekend, or close to a month early, which is so awesome. So I'm really, really shooting to be done by this coming weekend with all the painting and all the art. There's always more stuff that comes up. Sometimes stores do exclusives, and I'm requested to do the cover. You know, there may be things like that, hint, hint. But at least as far as the interior art goes, I'm shooting to be finished. So we'll see how it goes. Where's your piece of cake? I didn't know anything about cake. Carrie, you're getting me in trouble. Oh, it's Kara's false advertising on Facebook. Tisk tisk. There is cake. Oh, it's on the Facebook background of the post. I see. Clever. All right, now I need some lighter green to mix into the turquoise of the wall. So that needs to happen now. Okay, so this one is done for now. I need to let it dry. Otherwise, you know, the more watercolor colors you mix together, the more it starts to look muddy. So what I've been learning lately is that I need to kind of do a layer of color, mix it as much as I absolutely have to, but no more than that. Let it dry and then do another layer. So this one is done for now. I'm gonna move it over to the side. Back. No, I didn't. I've never really understood football. So I'll go a lot of times. A couple friends of ours get into making like doing a Super Bowl party. And so I'll go literally just to hang out with the girls and watch the halftime show. But I'm trying to get Divinica finished. So Dan and our youngest, Lyndon, went to our friend's house, and I am gonna finish these pages. Okay. I'm missing a brush, I feel. Most Americans don't understand football either. No, thank you, Steve. It's much appreciated. Gotta get these pages done. So, thankfully, the color that I was using for Aphrodite is this turquoise green, which is the same green I'm using for the wall, so yay. You watch more college than NFL. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to scan this. Not scan this. I'm gonna film it. So I'm just getting this really quickly. Just getting my time-lapse thing ready. Sorry, you guys. This is proving problematic because this is coming undone. There we go. There we go. Should you have chai or mango tea? Mango sounds good. I've never even heard of mango tea before. Let's turn this up a little bit. So I'm just re-wetting the paper here with plain water. Thankfully, this has had a really long time to dry, so I'll be able to work with it as if the layers, I mean the colors are in separate layers. So that's really going to make a difference now to getting this done properly, because I really want this to have like a loose, layered look. So I'm pretty much just going to put down a little bit of color and let it sort of spread all on its own. Mango is not a real tea flavor. Lol. So my hope is once all this is dry, I'm actually gonna go into it with a white jelly roll pen and actually draw in some white foam on top of the watercolor. Now, I honestly don't know if that's going to even work, but that's kind of my hope and my plan, is it's going to sort of seep around like this, and then I can go in and add in some kind of sea foam look. So I'm kind of, with each of the goddesses that I'm going to be working on, because I want to do these more, I'm going to be focusing on different elements of the goddess. And of course they have all, like, if you look up each goddess and you search, like, what are their elements, what do they represent, what are the things that represent them in nature or whatever, there's just so many things to choose from. So I've decided to just keep it easy, and in each painting that I do of the goddesses, I'm going to focus on just a couple, you know, not tons and tons. And so for this one, I'm focusing on roses and sea foam, which is kind of what the mythology says Aphrodite was birthed from sea foam. So that's why I'm doing the roses in her hair, and she's kind of wearing a sea foam dress. All my experiments seem to work out. Yeah, Chicago, I'm always a little concerned as to when that risk-taking dumb luck is gonna wear out. So I'm always like in the back of my head with each painting that I do with you guys, I'm like, oh shit, it's this one. This is the time. It's just not gonna work out. Oh no. That's where my head goes at every live stream. All right, before I paint anything in here, I actually need to do a little bit of erasing, which I should have done before I started, probably. So I didn't paint, can get that off like that. I didn't paint her skin yet. So once this dries, I'm gonna work on her skin next. You have hope. Aw, thank you. Okay, and then I believe this is the color that I use. So now I'm getting one of the colors here. I've been getting some of the red that I believe is the tone that I've been using for Divinica's lips and everything like that. And I think that's the color I want to use for the roses. I believe it's what I have been using. So it's this one right here. And then that right there. These are not dirty Q-tips. I use them as erasers for painting before anyone starts hardcore judging me. Just gonna do a quick check on my list to see if this is what I was using as far as the color. Hey Adam, welcome to the stream today. Yes, 362 is the color that I use. So I've just really watered it down. Because I'm gonna be adding in color intensity in levels and layers. And then just letting it sort of seep around and do its thing, whatever it feels like doing. Which is why I filled the page with water first. So it's gonna start just kind of floating around. I almost want it to look like, kind of like very blur lens petals floating about. Okay, that needs some water. That one needs some water. Okay. And I'm gonna just really water down the last little bit of paint that I have here. I'm trying to keep this part from going into that because that's actually a different red. So I'm being careful and staying on this one little side. Oh wow, sorry Adam. Yeah, we got a bunch of snow here last night too. Well, a bunch of snow for Calgary, right? We don't get snow like you guys do. But yeah, last night it sounded like it was raining like really hard outside. Looked out and it was a blizzard, like crazy amount of snow. My guess is it was like little pieces of ice rain or something because we've been in a Chinook where it's quite warm. But yeah, it was intense how much snow came down last night. Couldn't believe it. Sorry for you guys though. It's gonna be in the 60s and 70s here next week. Wow. I don't know what that is in centigrade. Do you? All right, I think that I can work on her skin now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so for Aphrodite, 22 to 30. Oh my god, that's like summertime for us. Okay, 671 for skin tone. Silver Zen, hello. Welcome to the stream today. What is happening is I am working on a piece of the goddess Aphrodite. So I'm just working on her skin right now. Maybe 18 to 22. I'm mixing in a little bit of blush right now. I'm gonna clean some of it up though. That was kind of an intense amount. So what I'm doing is I'm just lifting some of it with my brush and putting it back on the tissue that I keep. So I always have like either a piece of tissue if I'm being lazy, or a paper towel piece. And I use it to kind of dab off and clean my brush. But the first layer of blush that I put down is always when the skin is really wet like this. It's when I feel I get the best mix. I don't really like it when the blush just looks like it's, you know, two little round circles on her cheeks. So I'm just blending it in as good as I can. There we go. So I'm gonna let that dry. Your summer temperatures are more like 38 centigrade. Oh my God, someone shoot me now. I couldn't handle it. That's way too hot. Scott, hello, welcome to the stream. All right. So I'm a little concerned, and I don't necessarily want to start painting her chest until this green is dry, or we're going to have some problems. Hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. What happened? Why was your house quarantined? Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. I'm glad to hear that your wife is feeling better. was 24 centigrade for you today, Mike. Wow. Yeah, that is really warm. We're having a warm bout here too, but it's still below 0. That's a warm day for us. Okay, that's going to dry up really quickly, and then I can go to putting another layer on there. This is still quite wet. All right. So now it's another, well, I'm filming now, so I don't really want to be toggling between two paintings. So let's see what I can do. Maybe I can start painting a little bit more into the roses so that I can start getting her hair done too. All right, what I'm gonna do, oh, hello, Saxon. I'm so glad that you could make it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna mute the mic for a second so I can blow dry this and expedite the process. So just a real quick mute right here on the microphone. See, face cam, here we go. All right, I'm back. All right, so it's dry enough. So I'd like to get another pass on her skin real quick, and I think I can do the skin on her chest as well. So I actually have a decent amount of skin tone color that I just save right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. Sorry, it goes bump bump all the time when I'm pressing on it. Use every last drop of the paint. Just seems to be my motto. Okay, that's too dark. Hello, the Tea Monster. Welcome, welcome to the stream. I have no idea about the cake. How's it going, the Tea Monster? Okay, so that's still drying a little bit. This is good. What color shall I use for her hair? Okay. This looks like it would be a really nice blonde. Okay, so it's 667. I accidentally put the colors in the wrong place. So 667. 667, here we go. Wow. That's awesome, the Tea Monster. Congratulations. Whoops. Q-tip to the rescue. This is gonna probably be a cover, the Tea Monster, for Divinica issue 1, for like a reprint or something like that, because the series came out quite a while ago. But if the piece turns out, it'll probably be a new cover. So Divinica issue 1 came out at the beginning of 2018. We're now on Divinica issue 5, which is a comic book series that I co-create with my friend JP Roth. And so this will probably just be used as a cover for that. Thank you. Yeah, you guys are amazing for showing up even though it's the Super Bowl today. I hope you're able to manage watching both at the same time or however you're multitasking. I hope it's going all right. And if it isn't and you're missing stuff with the game, please know you can totally go watch the game. Lord Stanley's not involved. There is no game. I hear you there, David. You actually have the stream on a TV and the game on a laptop. LOL, River Dragon. That's funny. Okay, so this is pretty much dry. I should be able to do another pass on it. But I actually, at least from the typical Greek mythology version that I'm kind of basing this Aphrodite on, she's not as she's kind of more of a pale character. So I'm not, you know, she's blonde hair, white skin, you know, that kind of thing. At least in this version, I'm kind of going the real typical Greek one here. So I'm not going to make her much darker skinned than this. But still, I think that, you know, she needs a little bit more shadows and stuff. Oh, yeah, Kylie let me know. Thank you, Kara. There are no goalie fights. I wouldn't have pegged you as someone who enjoyed watching goalie fights, Kara. That's actually pretty funny. All right. Time to do another pass on her skin, I think. Or, no. Still too soon. I'm going to do 362. I'm going to paint some actual detail into the roses now. So I'm using the same color, but I'm just going to paint a little bit of detail in there. With a smaller brush. Let's get something nice and thin. All right, so this is actually a inking brush that I have, but I'm gonna use it for this because it's essentially like inking. Can I put my hand down here? Yes. you, T-Monster. Alright, so my hope is that this is going to lighten as it dries. Because right now it looks a little bit terrifyingly dark for what I want. I'm trying to have a more pastel situation for this piece. But we'll see. Oh, I'm so looking forward to the film, T-Monster. Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm going to see it as soon as it's out. Am I gonna smuggle Cheez-Its into the theater? Probably not, but I should. Nothing yet from WonderCon, Juan. I'm sorry. When does I guess I should look and see for Calgary. I can't remember when the movie actually comes out. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Chicago. I'll be able to find some as soon as I go to the US, which is going to be like in a couple weeks. No need to send me any or find me some. That's so sweet of you, though. Thank you. It opens Thursday night there. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess it's sooner than I thought. Somehow I thought it was like February 16th here. But I'm probably wrong. Maybe it can be like I get to watch it once Divinica interiors are done or something like that. It can be my reward for finishing. You think it's February 7th? Okay. Thank you for letting me know, Kara. So I am not going to be done with Divinica the moment it opens, so I'm probably going to wait until I'm done. And that can be my reward. Keeman, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome all of Keeman's crew. There we go. That's about as much detail as I feel like adding to the roses. Okay, now I'm just going to give them a little bit of detail and depth, but not too much, because I'm trying to keep this a pretty loose piece. It's February 7th. Whoop whoop. I'm doing great, Keeman. I hope you're doing good as well. Okay. Shortly, I'm going to move back to her skin now that this is pretty much dry and done. Perfect. Time to move to the skin. Oh, wow. That's so sweet of you, Chicago. 7 hours to watch it with your daughter. That is such love. Aw. Oh, wow. Yeah, true. Sorry, my thing likes to bang against the table. All right, here goes. Time to start getting some shadows going on in here. Sorry guys that I'm not looking up. I am just trying to finish up this part without ruining her skin. So I will check in very soon. Oh no, Juan. Hello, Philip. Okay, I'm gonna try something and see if I can lighten her skin in the places there that I want it to be highlighted by just erasing with a clean Q-tip. I'm gonna have to work fast for this. So it's halftime show now? Is that what's happening? All right, time to do her lips. Where did I put my other brush? There we go. Now they're doing World Cup music just to mix up the footballers. Will there be assorted birds associated with Aphrodite? No, not in this one. What I've decided, David, is just because there's so many things associated with most of the different goddesses, I'm going to focus on like one or two for each drawing. Because my hope, though this is a little ambitious, is I'd like to do about 8 of each of these per goddess. Now, granted, I'm probably not going to get that many done, but because my plan is to do that many, I'm going to break it up and focus on one or two. So this one, I'm focusing on sea foam and roses. And then maybe one of the next ones, I'll do the dove, and, you know, another one, I'll do the pomegranate, kind of like that. I'm going to break it up. Six Battle Born. Cool. I hope it goes well with the essay. So what I'm doing with her lip tone is I've taken the red that I use for Divinica, and I'm mixing it with skin tone a little bit just to lighten it, because Aphrodite is a lot paler than Divinica. No, thank you for your trust, Chicago. We hope it does. The roses are not lightening as much as I had hoped, so I'm a little concerned about that. And I might need to make some adjustments to the roses here. The line art is too dark. But I guess I'll leave it for a little bit longer and just see how it goes. But right now I can't say I'm particularly happy with that. So I'm just putting some purplish gray into her eyes. Okay, that's almost dry. another pass at her hair. This is such an amazing color for blonde hair, and honestly, I didn't intentionally choose it for that, but I absolutely love it. What brushes do I recommend? Hello, Crazy Darren. I recommend probably getting something, well, it depends on what you're using them for. So before I answer that question, what medium or type of ink or color are you planning to use them for? Because that makes a difference. Hey Kenny, welcome to the stream today. Jedi, welcome. Watercolor. Okay, Crazy Darren, you don't have to use the brand that I got. These ones are basically just the ones that were recommended to me at the art store, and full disclosure, I chose them because I really liked the red handle. So I was not exactly being very artistic in a intellectual kind of way at all, but at the end of the day, I love these brushes. They are probably about mid-range in price, so I recommend them. They're really, really, really good. And I haven't always liked working in watercolor. I don't like a lot of the watercolor brushes, but these ones I've really enjoyed, and they have a very nice fine tip. So they are the Princeton Velvet Touch brushes, and then I just got them in varying sizes for what I need. Yeah, I went with what I like, exactly. Yeah, wow, this color is unbelievably good for blonde hair. Happiness! Emotional color handle selecting. Exactly. It was 100% on the handle. But in the end, it ended up being a wise choice because they are so good. I love them. I use them for everything, even acrylic painting, which probably I'm not supposed to do, but who cares? So I'll put a little bit more depth into her hair afterwards. But right now I'm just trying to get the levels. Like, to me, I find watercolor has an ugly stage. And pretty much 80% of the time is the ugly stage of watercolor. I find it kind of stressful to work with. It doesn't look amazing while you're working on it. So if you're starting out with watercolor and you're, you know, seeing other people's paintings and you feel like yours look like shit in comparison, while you're working on it at least, know that it pretty much, at least for me, I feel that mine do as well 90% of the process. And I'm kind of on the inside panicking just a little bit, like, oh shit, this is gonna be the time it's not gonna work. Watercolor is just hideous until it's done. I don't know why that is. Maybe there are other ways that people have found that, you know, mitigates the issue of the ugly watercolor phase. But to me, 90% of the time that I'm working on covers or interiors or anything with watercolor, I feel like it's 2 seconds away from getting tossed in the trash. And then once you're finished and you kind of tie the whole room together, I don't know how it happens. All of a sudden I'm like happier with it than anything else I ever did. So watercolor really fucks with your head is all I'm trying to say. Your ego can't handle such stresses. I know, mine neither. I'm telling you, it's a delicate situation, man. You probably would have done the same thing, Crazy Darren. Awesome. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, oil painting, I mean, even just taking on a whole new medium is a really expensive thing to do all in one shot. I did it with the Copic marker, and I had to get like $600 worth of markers in order to like start in on Divinica issue 1, because we did it with Copic marker. Now the process has changed and it's watercolor, so then I went and bought all watercolors, and that was another like almost $800. It can get expensive very quickly. But doesn't the threat of rage quitting make the end result that much more exhilarating? It sure does, Steve, especially when you have an Aries temper like mine. I know there's so many people. My husband and son were giving me shit this morning that I even like talk about sun signs, that they're a real thing. But I don't know. Maybe there is no scientific proof, but I don't care. It's fun. Okay. Now I'm gonna, what did I get on? Oh, it's just water. More randomness. That's all there is. Randomness reigns supreme. Hello, Guilty Puppet. Welcome to the stream today. It really does. And watercolor, I agree with you, the Tea Monster. Like, I love the finished product of watercolor. I even way prefer the emotion and the freedom that it gives my own work. Like, I really like it. It's pushing me out of that control freak controlling every last little thing, because watercolor, honestly, you can't really fully control it. You have to put down the water on the paper, add some color, and kind of let it do its thing, which is really freeing, and it's helping me learn a lot about, you know, I don't know. It's teaching me to kind of step back and not over control and overthink everything, because it can kind of pull the life out of your own work if you overwork it. You know, the concept of working something till you kill it. That's sort of what I'm trying to kind of pull back from doing in my own work. So I am not in any way trying to diss watercolor. I mean, I'm doing an entire series of interiors and covers with watercolor, but it looks so awful while you're in the process. Like between stages 1 and 7, it to me sometimes, and I'm just saying this about my own work and me in my own head, it scares me because it looks so bad, and I'm like, how am I gonna fix this? I guess because I don't have enough confidence yet in watercolor, because I'm not very experienced in it. So the only point I was trying to get at is it really freaks me out during the process. Oh, Guilty Puppet, thank you so much. I'm glad you like the splashes. Watercolor feels the most emotional. Copic is more hot and sexy. I would have never thought of that, Chicago. Philip, I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you? All right, you know what? I'm gonna see about giving her eyes the same tone as the sea foam. I was gonna make them blue, but I think sea foam color will kind of give the whole thing a continuity. Wayne, hello! And that is a perfect way to put it. No, thank you, Guilty Puppet. That truly means a lot. I really, really appreciate it. You're good, and you're avoiding the Super Bowl. Oh, interesting. I was specifically thinking about you today, Philip, and wondering if you were gonna watch the Super Bowl or not, and I couldn't decide if it was something I thought you'd be into or not. And I was like, I should really find out, you know, if that's something Philip likes or not. Chicago, I bet that you were gonna be watching it, and then Scott, no, I was also on the fence. Thank you, Keeman. Just got back from your brother's Super Bowl family Sunday. Oh, sweet. I definitely thought you would watch it, Wayne. But then, wasn't it just halftime? So is Copic like planning a divorce or a midlife crisis? No, Copic is incredible, and Copic definitely has its place. And the page that I just finished today with the flare lights and all of that, That one I couldn't have done without Copic because I couldn't get the right saturation with watercolor. I probably would have had to buy acrylic inks in order to get it how I wanted it without Copic. But I have Copic, I don't have acrylic ink, I used Copic. Thank you, Cesario. You're just hurt that I didn't at least wear a football helmet today. I am not a proud owner of any form of helmet, sadly. You're all NHL and NASCAR. Interesting. Running joke is that you like sports where they don't have all of their own teeth. Well done. Guilty Puppet, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it a ton. It's third quarter now. So Wayne just ducked out early. You left at halftime. Copic is a midlife crisis because you want the younger, sexier medium to create with. Do you mean comic or Copic, Wayne? Jeff, thank you so much for the host. Jeff, I am so very sorry. That was an accident that I was listed on MegaCon. I'm not going to be there. But don't worry. There's some other news happening probably sometime soon about another trip that I'm going to be taking to Florida this year. So don't worry about it. So we supply Cheez-It sandwich crackers. You will come to Tucson Comic-Con. I am so sorry, Philip. I can't make it to Tucson this year. No worries, Tea Monster. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna make it this year. I really would like to go to AwesomeCon in DC. But the timing is just not working out this year, I don't think. Which is sad. I would like to go sometime, but it's not gonna work out this year. You promised to turn on the AC for me. Thank you, Scott. All right. Because she's so blonde, and I'm intentionally making this kind of a very pastel, excuse me, I'm sorry, you guys. A super pastel light cover. I don't think it will work. We'll see, but I think it'll be too intense if I make her lashes and all around her eyes really black. So I'm gonna try a sable brown. Oh, that's awesome, Tea Monster. I don't get what you mean, Wayne. I'm being a little bit dense today, I see. Oh. Fair enough. Yeah, probably not then. If I do make it to AwesomeCon, we could do a panel on streaming. That would be fun. I'm 100% down for that. Guys, I am sorry. I have like the worst tickle in my throat. It's like making my eyes water and everything. What the hell? There were really crappy Canadian commercials during the game? What? Yes, I would love to for 2021, Tea Monster. Let's keep in touch. Aldia Gray, thank you so much for the follow. And I'm sorry if I'm reading your name wrong. Yeah, frog throat time, right? So generally I just do the eyebrows a little bit darker as well. So I'm just adding in a little bit of the darker brown into her eyebrows. Just stuck my hand in it. You are thinking way ahead, Juan. Are these Sunday pieces going to be included with Divinica in March? Most likely not. These are going to be for, okay, I'll be honest. They're not really allocated. I'm personally painting them to try and get ready for the planned and hopefully soon to be put in motion Divinica Kickstarter that we're going to do this year. So I'm kind of trying to work ahead and have some things ready for it. Then JP Roth saw them and definitely wants to use them as covers, but they won't be in this book because they're kind of from the previous books. I had kind of earmarked these as like possibly sketches that could be included in the Divinica Kickstarter as like a sketch tier or something like that. When will you have a heads up on the Kickstarter? When Dan and I figure out when we can actually get it launched. Because I need to... basically, as soon as oh my God, I keep sticking my hand in there. As soon as the book itself is off for print and stuff, then I can start thinking about the actual Kickstarter and what we're going to put in it and all of that stuff. But I will for sure give everyone advanced warning and, you know, all of those good things. Can't say I'm loving this. We're gonna give it a little erase. Yeah, I didn't like those lashes, so I'm just erasing them with a Q-tip while they're still dry, and I'm gonna redo that because me no likey. It's a big project. Yeah, it's a huge project, and we've never done a Kickstarter before. So we need to figure out what we're going to do and how and when I'm going to even have time to actually make everything that we want to do. So anyway, it's a whole thing. Oh, thank you, Chicago. Yes, I will, for sure. Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Wayne, is they're like Kickstarter rewards, limited book covers, and then also original art sketch tiers for whoever wants to actually get the original. But again, Dan is the one that's going to be kind of managing the Kickstarter, so I'm gonna like just see what it is, what he plans to do, and he's doing all the figuring it out right now. Aw, thank you, Juan. That's so sweet. Trying to take myself seriously as an artist and do a good job. Oh, thank you so much, the Tea Monster. That really means a lot. You guys are so kind. Well, I really hope it does well. You know, I'm nervous about that. You know, you never know exactly how it's gonna do and what will happen. So I've got to be honest. That's like one of the things that's got me pretty nervous this year. Is like, okay, how is it gonna do? You know, is like nobody gonna care. But I guess you really can't let fear of failure rule your entire life or you'll get nothing done. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit of like a purplish black that I'm going to mix and water down so that she doesn't have like an extremely dark black. Part in her eye. What is it called? Is it the iris or the pupil? Somebody help me out. I never remember. I don't know why I can't keep those two straight. It's ridiculous. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you, truly. I don't take it for granted. I know that there are so many artists. I know that there are so many things that you guys help and support and encourage and all of that. And the fact that you are able to take a little bit of time for me in my corner of the world, it means so much, truly. Thank you. That is so encouraging. I feel a little bit less freaked out. The iris is the colored part, the pupil is the black part. Thank you. I am such a fail. You guys have had to tell me that like 6 times already. Okay. She's slowly coming together. It's working. Thank you so much, Juan. You guys are just the best and so kind, and I am so grateful. Truly, truly. All right, so now I'm gonna try out using her like actual hair color as some of the line art here. Just so that it's nice and light. I don't really want to go heavy on the line art. There we go. I'm tempted, you guys. I'm so tempted to do use some metallics on this one. Now, metallics don't scan or reproduce well, but they look so pretty on the original. Yeah, that's true, Wayne. Thank you. Oh, thank you. The Tea Monster, that actually really, really helps. It's true, you never say dilated iris, do ya? That helps a ton. I won't have to keep bugging everyone here on Twitch to correct me when I'm wrong. Oh, thank you so much. It is my night to cook. Dan is at the Super Bowl party our friend is hosting, so I'm cooking dinner and I'll need to leave at 7:45. Thank you, Tea Monster. Okay, now I want to add a little bit more seafoam color onto her skin. Now that this is dry, I want a little bit more green going on. And I left it until I was done with her skin. But I've got a few more spots to add. Yeah, that's a little morbid, Chicago. So I'm just putting dense little bits and bobs, I don't know, whatever you'd call it. Anyway, I'm just putting little like dots and stuff around because then I'll use that as sort of the edge of the seafoam, and then I'm going to go over it with white. So there's going to kind of be a harder edge of white on where the darker green is. And I'm hoping if I place some spots with darker green, it'll help the white to show up a little bit better. That was such a fun dinner. I had a blast. Thank you so much for working it out, Wayne. That was way cool of you. All right, she needs another curl going down into her face. I don't like that long spot right there. So I'm just gonna put one more little curl thingamajigger. Actually, I have to wait until that dries because I can't put my hand there. Damn it. All right, so I'm gonna work on the shell. So the seashell, I don't know what color to make it. I really want to go, fuck it, I'm doing the metallics. We're doing metallics. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be pretty, and whatever to the rest. So when you take the metallics and you move them from side to side, you can kind of see their underlying color. Like this one's got a bit more of a purple hue, blue, pink, yellow, green, stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna go with the purple hue. I think that will look really pretty here. If I need to, I'll add some purple undertones or something, which, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Purple will kind of bridge the gap here, and I think it'll look really pretty. But it just needs to be extremely light. You think the wider open... Oh, you know what? That's true, Chicago, but there's pencil lines there, so you can't see them here, but when you see it in person, it's like Dawn forgot something. I lightened the pencils, but you can still see them. Okay, so I've got to let that dry just a teeny bit. I also have some glitter pens. This is happening. All right, so I'm actually putting the, let's see if this is still damp. I'm putting some of the white jelly roll pen all around to kind of tie the bottom in with the top of the picture, and because I don't like the way that I gave too dark a line on the roses. To me, it's a little bit too much. So I'm just using this to kind of help me soften it all up and lighten up the entire piece. Thank you, Wayne. All right, so I need to make sure it's dry because this thing doesn't really work on wet paper very well. This going again. I find it works actually quite well if you do it on your finger. So some of this stuff is really light. I don't even know if you guys can see it. But it's showing up relatively okay on the paper, and that's kind of what I wanted, was to just soften this up a little bit. You see white? Okay, good. All right. Now this is dry enough and it's time to do the sea foam. Moment of truth. Scary, scary. I'm excited. So this has been my plan all along. Okay, that is not dry. Damn it. Is to draw the sea foam in with the jelly roll pen. It might not be dry enough yet. Bummer. Don't know that it's dry enough. Or I'll just use this. So this is the acrylic paint little needle thingy that I have. So I have acrylic paint in here, and maybe it'll show up a little bit better. We can just give it a little test in one spot, and if it doesn't work, then I'll just stop. Except this is a rough day for me to do this. My hand is sore. Oh, come on, please work. I need to add some water. Take a drying break, do some booty work for those of us in withdrawal. Oh my God, that's amazing. I love it. Okay, I needed to add some water. Hello, Hanuso. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I'm just trying to get this little bit more watered down. Come on. No. All right, I'm not going to bother with this. I need to kind of clean it out or really water down the paint. So, never mind. I can't even squeeze it with one hand. See you later, Scott. Have a good one, and thank you so much for staying as long as you could. I'm going to need to go cook dinner in about 20 minutes anyway, but I hope you have a good one. Thank you for being here and have a happy week. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm moving on to this, and I'm just trying to pick up a lot of paint because I want it to be quite vibrant. And I have acrylic paint all over my hands now, so I'm going to need to be careful. Thank you. You're so awesome, Wayne. The Merc, hello. Lurk away. I'm sure you're watching the Super Bowl, but thank you for being here. Aw, thank you, the Merc. You're working on your story. Oh, wow. Okay, well done. Alright, I'm gonna do this with white paint. The pen is being annoying. My other thing is not working properly, so paint it is. And then at the end I can do some splatters and stuff and it'll work out just fine. So I'm using watered down acrylic paint. It'll go much faster. Even using a brush has a little bit more of a actual water-like appearance. So yeah, we're gonna do this better and faster with a brush. Yeah, I was just using the white Jelly Roll pen, Keeman, but I'm not sure if it's the, once the paper has the watercolor on it, it doesn't have as much texture for the Jelly Roll to grab onto or something, but it wasn't quite working the way I had thought it would. Or it just wasn't looking as bright and saturated as I wanted. So I switched to acrylic paint here, and it's got a lot more of the look that I wanted. Thank you so much. I'm kind of trying to give it a little bit of a dress look. At least, it kind of comes up on the sides like sleeves. It sort of goes into like a V-neck at the front to just kind of give a little bit of that dress vibe to it. Ole Daria, thank you so much. Oh, whoops, TT Full-Timer and Magma Pure, thank you both for the follow. I'm sorry that I've been missing followers. Yikes. Yeah, sometimes the white gel pen works incredibly well, and then sometimes it's just not quite right. And so this was one of those times. Easily forgettable. Hello. Welcome to the stream today. Aw. Oh my God, Wayne. How did you remember that? Oh my goodness. He's gonna pop out of the cake. Oh, that would be awesome. 'Oh, thank you so much for stopping by, Team Monster. It was a real treat. Have a good one. Sleep well. Happy week. The appropriately positioned bow. I love that. Oh, bow. Is it bow or bow? You will wear. Okay. You will wear. Excellent. It's gonna be fun. Five minutes. Okay, thank you so much. I think I'm done with all the white paint parts. Oh, that's amazing. Nah, Wayne. Everyone at the con would love it. Oop. Oops. Oh, I'm so excited. That would be so fun. It will definitely reach the top of my craziest birthday ever chart. All right, I kind of forgot to finish one side of her neck, so that needs to happen. I think the real key to like finishing a piece and making it have a little bit more of a completeness to it is adding in little random stray hair strands. That's just my personal opinion, but I feel like it works. Thank you, Adam. All Are you gonna be there, Juan? Another possible Dallas for you. Whoop, whoop. You're waiting to see if I'm approved at WonderCon. Yeah, fair enough. That's smart. Oh, that's hilarious. You're weighing in on the close ones. Dallas, Casey, Calgary, Toronto. Kadiro, hello. I'm overdue for dinner. Yikes. Catapult X, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. All right, well, I was just doing the final little teeny touches, and I think this one is done. Woo! Finished on stream. Happiness. She is done. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This has been way fun. And here is the final Aphrodite sketch for... Right now it's intended for saving for the Kickstarter, but we'll see what happens with all of that. But I'm really glad that this one is done. And thank you all so much for keeping me entertained. Thank you for hanging out, for your encouragement as far as Kickstarter plans and just general work plans. You guys rock. Thank you all a ton. Hong Erotic Bakeries in Dallas. What on earth? Thank you, Juan. So much love, hugs, hearts, and thanks to all of you. I hope you have a great week. I will see you on Tuesday for another Divinica page paint. My goal is to be done with the painting by next weekend. Fingers crossed. Thank you so much for hanging out. Lots of love and kisses to all of you, and I need to go cook dinner and I need to motivate. So take care. If any of you are driving home after the Super Bowl viewings, drive safely. Take care. See you next time. Mwah, mwah.